Hola clase. In this video we will talk about the Roman Empire in the Iberian Peninsula and its linguistic and architectonical contributions. The Roman Empire began in the city of Rome in the Italian peninsula. The city of Rome was the capital of a province called Lazio. For that reason, the language spoken by the inhabitants of Rome, the Romans, was called Latin. The Romans expanded first throughout the Italian peninsula and then ventured across other territories. In red, you can see the territory that was conquered by the Romans. When the Romans arrived in the Iberian Peninsula, the pre-Roman peoples were easily acculturated and adopted the Roman culture and their language, Latin. All the pre-Roman peoples, except, as we know, the Basques. The Basques, as well as their language, survived the conquest. The presence of the Romans in the Iberian Peninsula is still visible in the architecture. For example, in Barcelona, a city founded by the Romans, we can visit a museum that takes us underneath the modern city and allows us to see the remains of Roman streets, houses, and columns. In Tarragona, another Catalan city founded by the Romans, we can visit this Roman amphitheater. And then in Segovia, a city that was founded before by the Celts, before the arrival of the Romans, we can also see this Roman architectonical piece, which is an aqueduct, which was used to channel fresh water from its source to the city. And another example is the city of Merida, where we can visit this Roman theater. However, the most important impact of the Romans and the Roman Empire in today's Spain is probably the language. With the expansion of the Roman Empire, Latin was also expanded. This expansion produced a linguistic unification of the Roman Empire, which included also the Iberian Peninsula. However, with time, Latin developed into different dialects. This means that in different places, Spanish is spoken in a slightly different way. When these differences become greater and different cultures are developed around these dialects, we start considering them as different languages. But around 90% of the Spanish words have evolved from Latin. The rest of the words have been adopted from other languages, like, for example, the pre-Roman languages and other languages that we will see later. Let's see some examples of Spanish words that have evolved from Latin. For example, we have the word aqua. Aqua evolved to agua, which means water. But we still have the k sound of aqua in words like aquario, aquarium, or aqueducto, aqueduct. It is also clear that the English words aquarium and aqueduct also come from Latin, and it makes sense that their meaning is related to water. We have also the Latin word homine, which evolved into hombre, which means man. Or also pater, which evolved to padre, father. Or the word oculus. Oculus evolved to ojo, which means eye. This one seems very different to the original word, but this is what 17 centuries can do to a word. However, we can see the connection between the word ocular and eye, right? And here we see the Latin past in those words, not only in Spanish, but also in English. And also we have the word auricula. Auricula evolved into oreja, which means ear. Toward the end of the 4th century, the Western Roman Empire was collapsing, and it was unable to maintain its rule in such large territory. The decline of the Roman Empire was used by the Germanic tribes who conquered the Iberian Peninsula in the 5th century. But we are going to leave this for our next video.